What's up, Dr. Dan? So right now we're giving you a run through on our initial progress update for the Wayah app. And as you can see, we have a sign in and sign up screen. And so now Jake's going to walk you through the styling that we did on these pages and what went into making these pages look how they look.
Hey, Dr. Dan, and welcome to our first Wayah app update. The first thing I did want to mention, and you could kind of see from what Dylan was doing, and we mentioned it in class, we moved the sign in and sign up pages onto two separate screens this time, as opposed to what Max did throughout the semester, where he was just like, when you would click the sign up, it would literally just add a confirm password field, and then you would click sign up. We like the look of the two separate screens, and I feel like typically that's what most modern apps do. So we did that for that. As far as the styling goes, obviously the big thing, right, we did spacing as well. So Dylan, if you want to show the spacers to actually center everything on the screen and shove the text at the bottom down. So without those, we got some really weird behavior. So yeah, you can see the screen gets shifted way up. So we added those to kind of help with the spacing on the app. And then the other thing we did was with the text fields in the form. We had to override, there were a bunch of different ones. So obviously you have like enabled border, focused border, error border, basically right for the different default conditions of the text box. We didn't really want any of that. We felt like it was an excessive use of color. And it doesn't indicate anything to the user that they probably wouldn't already know. So those styles are all being set here as just the same color. So it's not distracting to the user when they're inputting their information into the app. We're also using hint text and I believe text labels as opposed to what was defaulted, which the weird, like when you would click on it, it kind of like levitates up, which is not the behavior that we really necessarily wanted. Right? Yeah, see how it kind of floats up there? It kind of looks ugly, so we're not doing that. We're using our own thing with the hint text, which in this case is just repeating what it would be said. But when we're finally finished with the app, it'll be switched to actually say like for username, it might say like John Smith or something, right? To indicate to the user like what they're going to type into that field. And I'll let Den take over from here with the Firestore stuff.
Yeah, so we were also able to get Firestore linked up, and this is utilizing the Firestore authentication. And then we utilize the Firestore CLI in order to link our Flutter project to Firebase. And then we are creating a collection of users. As you can see, we already have some users, and I'll walk through to show that it still works. So if we do say Bobby at gmail.com, and then if we click sign up, it waits a little second, and then it takes you to the home screen as you were then redirected as in the main.dart. If you have data, it's going to take you to the home screen, and otherwise it's going to take you to the login screen. And then if we come back over to here and we refresh, you can now see that we have Bobby. So Bobby is now a user, and then within our authentication, we have Bobby right here. And we have this logout button for right now on our home screen because we're testing the sign-in screen. And you can also sign in. So if we do Bobby at gmail.com and then sign in, it takes you to the home screen. So that was pretty much it for this upgrade. We did a lot of styling on the sign in and sign up screen. As Jake had said, we made it two individual screens, which was a little bit of a difference compared to how Max did it. So we had to change some of the functionalities for the actual functions. Some of the things were acting a little weird, as right here on the text form field. This before was on saved, and when it was doing on saved, it wouldn't work on the initial click, but it would work on the next click. So we changed it to on changed, and so that's tracking every change on the user's click on the keyboard. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You have anything else you want to add, Jake?
Nope, that about wraps it up, I think.
Alrighty, but yeah, so for the home screen, we just have a button for logging out. Login screen and sign up screen are fairly similar. They just have different functions for the submitting the form. And then within our main.dart, We created some routes and then utilized the stream builder in order to pass in either home screen or login screen. And that's pretty much it. Well, thank you, Dr. Dan. See ya.